Hi, friends. It's taken me a little bit, but I finally got back on. I am now going to have to change some things, so give me 1 second. Now that I've had to switch things up a little bit, I'm going to need to sit on the short stool. Hi, friends. I'm so excited about today because I have been wanting to read and to share some of my bookish things with you. So I didn't start off making this a theme, I didn't start off planning to have a theme. But as I was getting this together, but I was but as I was getting this together, I realized few things happened. So it's spring and my daughter loves surprises. So I bought her a little sushi set. Went to Staples yesterday to print some pictures from my reading journal and saw this, and she loves activities. She loves things that she can do with her hands. So I picked this up. And then as I was making my snack for today, I ended up making a little sushi bowl. So I got some rice, I got some seaweed, got some lemon, sesame, ginger, seasoned tuna, and I made a little spice cabbage. So we're having a little sushi for our lunchtime live. And so I said, I have the perfect book to accompany this theme. Penguin Random House sent me this book recently, and I am so excited to read it. It is Leave It Up to You by Jin Woo Chong. The author is a Korean. I think is he Korean or Chinese? He is Korean American, and this looks like that. What's Korean barbecue, Korean sushi called? Kimbap or bimbap. My husband loves it. So I've been really wanting to read this. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to read it in this video, but I also have another book by an Asian author. When I think Asian food, I got this Hunchback by, if you could pronounce her name, that would be great. I think I'm going to say Sao Ichikawa. Correct me if you know that I am wrong. I don't mind. Translated by Polly Barton. Penguin Random House also sent me, and this is nominated for the International Booker Prize, which I have read some Booker Prize winning books. I've also read some books that were nominated for the prize that I thought should have won. So I am not sure that I don't think I'll be able to read the International Booker nominees just because a lot of times those books are not available here before the time the shortlist and the winner are announced. But because the publishers sent this to me, I'm so excited to read at least one of the books that are nominated. So I'm going to start off reading this one. And I'm going to read it today in our reading sprint, in our little lifetime. It is under 100 pages. So I am definitely looking forward to getting to it. It's 90 pages. So that's that's one of the things I'm going to be reading today. Let me know in the comments what you're going to be reading. Other things that I have on the go. I started this. I'm so excited to read it. This is James by Percival Everett. And if you are one of the few other people who haven't read it yet, then let's chat. I read Huckleberry Finn, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. Read that recently to prepare for reading this because I had read Huck Finn previously, but it had been a few years, and knowing that my own personal views, my opinions on books have changed in that time. A lot of that is because of you guys' awareness of just the world as I have joined BookTube. So I knew that I would probably approach Huckleberry Finn a little different now. So I did. I reread it with my buddies a few weeks ago, and there were some things in the Adventures of Huckleberry Finn that really bothered me. But knowing that this book existed made me able to go through with The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Because one of my primary issues with the book is just how the Black characters are talked about, how they are treated, how they are viewed, how they're written about by the author, but also how they're treated by the other characters in the book, which also author. So This is James. James by Percival Everett is the retelling of the Adventures of Huckleberry. Well, I don't know if it's retelling. It is based on the Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Yeah, it is a retelling in some ways. But in any case, it is following James, the enslaved black man who is a pawn in Huckleberry's adventures and who, because of the growing friendship, and I use that word kind of loosely, but because of the growing relationship between a runaway white boy and an enslaved black man who is also inadvertently running away, because of the developing friendship in that, we get a lot of how Huck's relationship, how Huck's views on enslavement, but also on one specific enslaved man, how that changes over the course of the novel. But you want to hear more from Jim, the character Jim in The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. And so I was just delighted to know that this book existed, which gives James the dignity that he deserves as a man. And I just started reading it and I am loving it. I'm buddy reading it, so I have to be holding myself back to not read the whole thing in one setting, even though I want to. So that's why I'm not reading it today, not reading it in my reading sprints, just because I have this that I want to focus on today. But also, if you are new here, maybe you haven't heard about BookTube Prize. The BookTube, there are lots of bookish prizes. There are lots of book prizes. And Robert shared, his channel is Robert shared. He came up with the idea that booktubers, because we're such an influential group and we have lots of thoughts about books, he came up with the idea that we should have our own prize here on BookTube, which is called the BookTube Prize. And so if you are interested in weighing in on which book should be the BookTube Prize winner, at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year, at the end of the calendar year, you let Robert know that you are a bookish creator in some way, whether you have Instagram or whether you have BookTube, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or a blog, or however you talk about books on social media. You could sign up to be a judge. And if you are selected for a round, there are four rounds. There are 4 rounds. Each round lasts for 2 months. And at the first round, you get assigned 6 books, and they're in one category, whether they're nonfiction or fiction. And there are several categories. We start off, I think, with 8. Maybe 8. I'm not sure. Some of the details are a little foggy, but I think we start off with 8 groups in each category. And you weigh in on your 6 books. You have 2 months to read them. And at the end of the round, you rank your books first, top 3, and the top 3 across your category move on to the next round. And the bottom 3 disappear. So we make videos to showcase our appreciation for the books and what goes into our choices. So, like I said, I have 6 books to read. I'm reading nonfiction this round. Had some incredible selections, and I won't tell you which ones I think are incredible, which ones I think aren't. In prior years, I've had some challenge with some of the books, especially especially in the first couple of rounds. You wonder how it is, who voted for this book to even be in the prize running. But because you start off with books that are just, people just vote them in, and you have to actually read the books and judge them according to other books in order to see if they move on to the next round. So this is the last book that I have to finish for my round. And as you know, today is close to the end of March, so it's close to the end of a round. I have not much time to submit my ballot, so I'm trying to finish this one up today, latest tomorrow morning. So if I'm not finished with it today, I'm going to try to finish with it overnight, just so I can submit my ballot first thing tomorrow. Ballots are due over the weekend, I think on Saturday, but I have to have mine in tomorrow. And then on Tuesday Tuesday, April 1st, there will be a video announcing which books have moved on and what the new categories are going to be. So things get reshuffled and we start judging again. Because I judge nonfiction this round, I am hoping that I'll get fiction in the next round. But there's a computer selection about the decision whether or not to judge the next round is selected by a computer. So I don't know that I'll be judging next round, but if I am, I'd love to judge. I'd love to read some novels because I'm in my novel era. I'm in my novel era. Another book that I have on the go is not on the go. Another book that I have on my radar. Haven't started reading it yet, but this is another book that the publisher, Penguin Random House, sent to me recently. This is The Tell by Amy Griffin, and you may have seen it a lot on social media because Oprah's book club has selected it. And I'm very excited about it because it is a memoir of a runner. And if you are new to my channel, you may not know that I used to run, not professionally, not even seriously as an amateur, just for fun. I stopped running, I guess, when I had a baby, and time just seemed to change around me. And in the 5 years since I've had a baby, she's not a baby anymore. She's a big kid. And I've gotten used to not running. I need to start running again. And books like this inspire me. So I have a lot of books around that talk about running, and I will share a couple more with you later. But I'm very excited to have received this. So the publisher sent me these 3 books that I am looking forward to reading very soon. I just wanted to put on your radar while you're here. So thanks to Penguin Random House for having gifted me these books. And I'm going to start the reading sprints because you are here not just to hear me talk all day, right? We're here to read together, a little reading hangout, a little lunchtime hangout. So I'm going to be reading this. And because it is 90 pages, I'm going to try to break it up into maybe 3 sections, 30 pages each. So I'm thinking about a minute per page, maybe even less because this is pretty small. So I'm going to put the timer on for 30 minutes. It is 11:30 and we'll read until midday. And hopefully more of you will join. And if you're not here live, because I usually save my lives so people can watch them later because it is an opportunity to hang out. And I like there have been a few live recordings. There have been a few videos that were recorded live that I have put on in the background just to hear people while I'm doing other things. So I'm going to do that with this video as well. So setting the timer for 30 minutes starting now, and we're going to read, and I'm going to eat, and we're going to hang out. And at the end of 30 minutes, I'd love to hear what you read, what you thought about it, and how your day is going. So 30 minutes starting now. Got a lot of timers on here. All right. As you can see, I've been taking pictures, not reading so much, but I'm getting back to it. I'm going to leave this here while I heat up. I'll leave it up to you. I'm just going to get myself a little snacky. Okay, I am here reading, and I'm at page 27. We have 4 minutes left on the timer. And I'm gonna get a little snack. It's Trader Joe's seaweed. And I know who I'm fooling. Well, this is really good. A little bit of the pickled onion and cabbage, and just made a mess with the chopsticks. Okay. So good. So good. I have a napkin. That's so good. Hi, welcome. We're reading, eating Asian food. And hanging out for lunchtime. So it's almost midday. We're going to check in at midday, checking out what you've been reading and how you're liking it. And we'd love to hear from you. Oh yeah, this is so good. Okay. I've committed to the chopsticks, but I'm also making a mess just because the rice isn't sticky enough. It's just regular jasmine rice. It's not sushi rice. But this is so good. One more. I feel like I'm doing a mukbang. You guys watch those? I love seeing people just eat regular, not like I love to see people. I like to see people doing regular things, like real things, not regular, but real things. Like if you're going to do a mukbang, show me the food that you're actually eating. Like someone goes to a drive-through and they decide they're just going to pick out and they get like, everything that they know they could eat in one day or one meal. Don't order the whole menu. Like, we know you can't eat all of that. So why are you pretending? A few months ago, I think, there was this scandal where someone had filmed this mukbang and I guess accidentally left in a clip that they should have deleted. So it was an Asian lady and she was like shoveling this food in her mouth, and then I guess the clip where she spits it out was supposed to be deleted and she had forgotten, or whoever was editing it forgot to delete it. That could also just be clickbait. But if your entire content is built around mukbangs, then I'm assuming that it was an accident. Like you don't want people to know that what you're filming or what you're sharing is fake. So it's midday. But yeah, I like to see mukbangs. I like to see where people eat, like they're eating a real meal. So like show me a seafood boil, or show me somebody like, ordering like a large meal at the Jamaican restaurant, and show me you eating every grain of that rice and sucking off the oxtail bones and all of that. But don't show me you ordering like 5 meals and then telling me that you're eating all of it when I know you're not. Anyway, like I said, not just mukbangs, but just in general, I like to see people doing real things, which is why I love YouTube. YouTube is my entertainment. Like I don't watch TV like I used to. I prefer to see real people doing real things, which is what my channel is about. So live reactions to books. So I started off reading, I hope I hope the quality of the video is a little better than what I'm seeing. I started off reading Hunchback, but I DNF. I don't know if I shouldn't. I don't know if I should say DNF, but I put it aside because the book starts off with a very graphic, very graphic sexual scene, which just doesn't lend itself to daytime reading. Not that I'm gonna probably pick it up at night, but I didn't really want to read that right now. And it's interesting because the character is, I'm sorry, the author is a woman with a disability. That's her picture right there. Her bio says she has congenital myopathy, and she uses a ventilator and an electric wheelchair. And I think the main character is also someone who has a congenital muscle disorder and relies on a wheelchair and a ventilator. But she writes, it does say it right here, she publishes explicit fantasies on websites. So the book starts off with one of those fantasies, one of those sexual fantasies, and it was just a little uncomfortable to read. So I didn't want to read that. I didn't want to be reading that in front of you. But look how gorgeous this book is. Like the naked hardback is just white. And the author's name is printed in this gold foil. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And the dust jacket is glossy on the inside. So it's really pretty. It's really pretty, and it's going to look really pretty on my shelf. But I will come back and read that maybe later. I just didn't want to read it right now. So I picked up this one. And I almost put it aside as well because look at the first chapter title. Can you see it? I'm sorry. Okay, is that better? Okay, maybe you can't see it, but the first chapter title has the F word in it. So you could call me a prude if you want to, but I don't curse, and I don't like when people curse around me. So it's not that I can't read books that have the occasional curse word in them, because a lot of the books that I read, a lot of the novels that I read have people who use strong language like that. But if the chapter title, the very first chapter title has the F word in it, it makes me wonder, like, what is the actual read going to be like? One of the things that draws me to books is the use of different kinds of vocabulary. Literary fiction is my go-to genre because I love when people are clever with vocabulary. I like reading books that have puns. I like reading books with, lots of different kinds of expression. Give me some alliteration, some onomatopoeia, give me some metaphors, some similes, some personifications, like grade school English class. Give me high vocabulary. Give me words that make me think, do I know what this really means? But, the overuse of the F word, can you not express yourself in any other way? Like, can you not tell me that you are upset or angry or overwhelmed or tired or destroyed? Can you use another word? Like, the F word has so many meanings. You could be happy, or you could be sad, or you could be upset. And I don't always, I won't know which. So that's my little beef. That's my little beef about some of the language. But I decided, since I had already put aside a book in one reading sprint, I felt like it wasn't right to put aside a second book in the same reading sprint. So I decided to persevere. I got to page 27, and this one is about a young man who is waking up from a coma. And so in these opening pages, we see him waking up from the coma. He doesn't realize how long he has been sleeping. He's asking for people who are not physically there, and he wants to know why they keep referring to his parents when he has, it seems, estranged himself from his parents for some time, and he's not sure why. The other thing is, he's grew up in New Jersey, I suppose. He's a Korean American man. Grew up in New Jersey and has made it his active um, intention to not go back to New Jersey. Finds himself in a coma in a hospital where in New Jersey. So a lot of these opening pages is just him expressing his outrage at his current circumstances, and the nurse who's with him when he wakes up from this coma doesn't want to tell him too much. Seems to have been charged with not telling him everything that has happened, but is trying to respond in a kind and gentle way. Another thing that has happened is when his coma started, it was year 2019. So he's been in this coma for so long that the world has changed. Like, imagine waking up in the middle of the pandemic or not knowing that the pandemic has started. So I like that. I like that kind of clever approach to a story where the reader knows something. The reader knows some things that the character doesn't know yet, and we get to see him entering that awareness. So I'm liking it. I'm at page 27 and I'm liking it. So should I read it? Should I continue reading it for the next reading sprint? I'm not sure. I am tempted to pick this one up, but understand that when I read this, I'm going to be trying to hide my reactions because I can't tell you too much about the book because book 2 prize candidate, like I said. But I want to get some pages in. And last night I restarted the book last night. Just because I learned some things about one of the musical artists that's in this book. It's 3 Shades of Blue, about Miles Davis, John Coltrane, and Bill Evans and the Lost Empire of Cool, and the author is James Kaplan. And I had started reading this over the weekend, and I restarted it last night just because I heard something about one of the musical artists that's mentioned here, and I wanted to catch the nuances of the book. So restarted it so I could give it its proper attention. And it's a little over 400 pages, so I'm going to have to read fast. So that's why I'm going to be picking this up in the next reading sprint. Let me know in the chat what you're reading. I can't see your messages. So if you've been sending me messages, I apologize for not responding. The messages aren't coming up. Had some trouble starting this live, as you probably know. Had some trouble getting the live started. So I hope that it will be better in the next hour. We're 12:11. We're going to do another reading sprint in 5 minutes. So 4 minutes. Until then, I'm just going to get another little bit of sushi. My homemade sushi wrap. White rice, jasmine rice, lemon, sesame, ginger, flavored or spiced tuna with some seaweed. And put a little more rice on it. Thank you for coming on and spending a little bit of your lunchtime with me if you are in this part of the world. Would love to hear from you where you are, if you are joining for reading sprints, what you're reading. We're going to start the next reading sprint at 12:15. So let me know what you're reading. I already DNF'd or put aside a book. The second book that I'm reading, I'm liking it. Didn't intend for this to be a themed reading sprint, but got this little sushi gift, sushi craft from my daughter, sushi shop. And this is age 3+. She's 5. She's gonna love it. So even though I'm eating my sushi right now. Um, my husband will probably buy sushi tomorrow when I give when I give my daughter the gift. I'm not gonna give it to her today. So if you're on here and you have kids, we'd love to know if you do gifts for them, like if you give them gifts by itself, like one gift by itself, if you give them like a basket with multiple gifts. So my daughter loves presents. One of her favorite things to watch on YouTube is some of these grown-ups who do unboxing, like toy unboxings for companies. She has this channel that she likes to watch called Cookies for OC, and the creator on there is always sharing these toy unboxings, a lot of Legos and stuff like that. She loves it. My daughter, she loves it. She'll watch it for hours if you let her. So she likes to get a present. She likes to get something that she can open. Even if it is a gift that she has had before, she likes the act of opening a gift and a surprise. Surprise! So I get her a lot of cheap things and wrap them as individuals just so she can open. She loves it. She loves it. Gifts are definitely my daughter's love language, but so is her mommy's. So I'm putting together a little gift package for her for spring. So I got her a nice little towel, not towel, a little blanket. Cute little blanket that she's gonna love. It's pink with bows on it. And putting together some of the spring themed things. I wrap them together, put them in a giant basket, and she's gonna love it. This is gonna be one of those. So she's off from school tomorrow, which is why we do the live today, not tomorrow. She's off from school tomorrow. So I will give her one of these little gifts to start off her long weekend. And just so excited for her to receive it. Just so excited for her to receive it. So it is 12:15. We're going to start the next reading sprint. We're going to do another 30, maybe we do 35 minutes this time, so that when we come back, it will be 12:50. And we'll chat a little bit until 1 o'clock when we sign off. So 35 minutes, 35-minute reading sprint starting now. And I'm going to be reading this. friends, reading until 12:50. I'm also stuffing my face. It's lunchtime around here. Drop in the comments what you're reading. I'm reading Three Shades of Blue by James Kaplan. It is a look at three jazz musicians: Miles Davis, John Coltrane, and what's the third one? Bill Evans. This is my book. Let me know what you're reading. We were having a little Asian-inspired morning, but I've switched because I need to finish this book today for the BookTube prize. So we're mixing things up a little bit, literally and physically, literally and figuratively. That's what I meant to say. Mixing up my food, mixing up my reading. It's good. check in with my. I'm supposed to be discussing. Charlie Parker. Ooh. Wow. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was fun. I can't tell you about the book. I can't tell you my thoughts on the book, which makes me a little unhappy. But not really. You know why? Because I have a video where I'm going to be discussing all of these books for the BookTube Prize. I've been vlogging my experience. So it's a video 2 months in the making. It will be live on Tuesday. Tuesday is when the results of this round will be announced, I think at midday. So right after that premiere, right after that video premieres from the BookTube Prize, the official results video, I will have my video scheduled maybe about 12:30 or so on Tuesday, where you can hear my thoughts on this book as well as the 5 other books in this round. So for reading sprints today, I read up to page 60 of about 400. So I'm going to have to spend some more time later finishing this one up. I read some of this. I read up to page 27. I Leave It Up to You by Jinwoo Chong. And I started but put aside Hunchback by Sao Ichikawa, translated by Polly Barton. So these are the 3 books that I read a little bit from in this reading sprinty. I didn't start this, but I'll come back and do this. I may just have and I also told you about reading this. So right now I have these 4 minus this one because I'm not going to continue with that right now. But I have these 4 books on the go. I also started something in my 24-hour reading vlog. Started reading The Court of Thorn and Roses, Akatar by Sarah J. Maas. I started reading that on Tuesday and I put it aside. I haven't finished it yet because I just need to finish. I need to focus. I need to focus and finish this one, wrap up the BookTube Prize before I read and vlog anything else. Taking up a lot of space on my phone with these videos. I am also working on a few reading projects. I have some very exciting videos coming to you soon. If this was not exciting, I apologize for that. This is my first time doing a live in a long time. And it took a while for me to get the live actually set up on YouTube. Took a while for the setup to just start. Like it took some time, like some real time to get the video, to get the live recording actually going. We weren't able to start until close to 11:20. But I think the more of these I do, the easier it will be. And that's my hope. That's my plan. So we had a little Asian inspired reading today. That was good. At least we started with Asian inspired reading. Hi. Hi, Amma. So I'll be back with a video later today. I think there's a video coming up on my channel later today. A couple of things that I have been doing in the reading world, and I just need to continue with them, get them finished. I have a couple of videos that need to go live that were read alouds. So if you're here because you like to hear me read the books, I have a couple of those videos coming. I think one today and one tomorrow. And at the end of the month, we're working on the end of the month reading. So I think maybe on Monday, I'll host another one of these, which is going to be trying to finish the books for the end of the month. If you're like me and you set little reading goals to motivate yourself to start books and finish them, trying to finish books before the end of 1 month so we can start different reading goals for the next month. So I'm gonna host another one. I'll put the time. It may be the same time, 11 to 1 works for me. I don't know if it works for you. It's just time during the day when my daughter's at school, my husband's at work, and I've gotten some of my other things, other responsibilities accomplished, and I can start doing things just for me. So I may I have another idea that I want to put in place, but I won't start it. I won't start it until the new month. So I'm just trying to wrap up some of my reading projects. So we'll be back here. We'll have another live on Monday, maybe, hopefully, same time, Monday, 11 to 1. Little midday reading, lunchtime reading, snacking, coziness. Yeah, Monday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now, that's the plan. I will post in the community tab so you'll know when I actually do it. If it's scheduled, it will be in the community tab. If you follow me on Instagram, it's over there as well. I haven't been posting too much on TikTok. When the TikTok ban was enforced, I got out of the posting habit over there. So I just need to return to that, because I made some friends. I made some friends on TikTok when I was active over there, and I don't want to put those friendships away. I need to chat with my peeps over there. So if you are here and there, looking forward to reconnecting with you over there as well. But yeah, I'm also trying to be a little bit more active on Instagram because I have a lot I have a lot of friends on Instagram. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Let me know what you read, what you did. If you're watching this later, thank you for making it through. Drop me a little comment, or a little message, a little emoji. Just let me know that you were here and that you're looking forward to joining me again when we come back. Um, Next time we meet, so on Monday we'll be on here, and we're going to be doing a little reading, trying to finish up some of our reading goals for the end of the month, but also